Okay, so a couple of you are doing this with this assignment, with that quiz. So this is some sugar data. This is a percent of sugar, percent of the calories in each of these brands of cereals that are made up of sugar. So I've got the data selected, and then you're doing insert a chart, and I've got a histogram, and you did the histogram. That it was great. That's really good. Okay, so but then what you're doing something really wonky with your data. You're saying, okay, I've got 12 100s, and then I got 20 40.3s and whatever. And that's not what a frequency table is, folks. Remember how we did so I've got my max and my min, I subtracted them and it said how many bars do I want, and then I sorted it everything. Well, the spreadsheet already gave us some bins here. And what's wrong with that? They tell me each bin is 15 wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 0, because that's what the spreadsheet said to start on. And then the next one, because it's 15 wide, 15, and then 30, and then 45, and let's see what's next. 60, I should be able to add 15 each time. 75, 90, and then 105. Looks like then it stops. Maybe I'll go to 120, though I probably don't need it. Okay. And then so that's my lower bin limit. And then my upper bin limit, I can't just stick 15 there because I don't want 15 to fall in the same place. And since these are decimals, I have one decimal point in each of these values. I'm going to go 14.9. So anything between 0 and 14.9 fell in that first bin. And then this will be 29.9. Notice it went up by 15 again. And then this next one will be 44.9. And then same, just taking away 0.1 from the next one, 59.9. And I'm going to get really lazy here, and I'm just going to have it add 15 each time. Plus 15. Now, some of you actually did this by hand and then made your scatter your histogram based on that, and that's great. See, but you got to get this frequency table has to match your histogram. So if you're going to use tech to build the histogram, then you got to use what it's telling you for the bins. And then of course what's nice about this, I see what 21. Of course the scale's a little wonky. I'm guessing it's 21. Well, I know it's more than 20, and I know it's probably not. I can't have 0.1 in every one, so I bet you that's a safe bet of saying that's 21. I might be able to change my scale on this. Let's see. Maybe I can. I don't know. Edit chart, y-axis, series. Let's see. I know there's a way to do this. Series, sugar. No, I don't want to add a series. Customize. That's what I want to do. And I want to do axes, titles, legend, vertical axis. There we go. And theme default, blah blah blah. So the minimum I want to be 0. I don't know. Let's see. 0. Looks like he's doing auto. I think I'm just going to let it go its own thing and look at it. I think that's 7. Well, one way I can test and see if I've got the right numbers. And that next one's probably 8. And the next one is 10. And the next one is probably 1. And the next one is 0. And the next one is 1. So let's see. So I don't need that 105. Now if I add these up, how many are there? $48. And how many are there? Looks like there's 49. Looks like I must have missed one. So maybe this is 8. 15 to 30. That's the 8, and that would give me 48 or 49 kinds of sugar. Okay, and then you know how to do. So this is the frequency. You know how to do the relative frequency, right? And then the cumulative frequency. That was part of what you had to do, and you did this in my open math too. Relative frequency. That's just percentages. Relative frequency. Okay, so that you got to make your frequency table match your graph. Now, with that said, let me show you another thing you can do. Select the data, and I had you go out and play around with this. Going to select your data. You're going to go out to that. If you just Google, I have it in Canvas, but you can also just Google histogram applet or histogram calculator, histogram maker. Maybe that's what it is. And it's that Shodor one. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that socio-science stuff. That one's a lousy one. Let's do Shodor histogram. How about if I do Shodor? See what comes up. I've got it linked in. I've got it linked. Here you go. That's the baby. And then remember, clear out the data, paste it in, and update the data. And then you can drag it to whatever you want, right? I don't like that one. It's too big a gap, so I'm going to make it bigger. It's making them smaller. I'm going to make the gaps wider. So that's pretty good. And then you can click on frequency table, and there's the frequency table for that graph. Okay, I might try to clean those up, the widths a little bit, but I guess that works. I guess that falls in. So that would be another way to do it where you don't have to think any too hard. Then you just got to calculate your relative frequencies and your cumulative frequencies, right? So that's a good way to do it. I've got this linked in Canvas, and you can screen capture that, and that would satisfy that requirement on the quiz. Okay. So I'm going to stop this video and post it in Canvas for you.